Welcome to this edition of the Desert Vision, presented by U.S. Army Central. I'm Army Sergeant Jennifer Schick.
And I'm Army Specialist Ashton Koller.
Coming up on this edition of the Desert Vision, the 401st Army Field Support Brigade conducts a change of command ceremony. Soldiers across Camp Arifjan participate in a Rainbow 5K color run. U.S. Army Central Safety Office hosts a safety fair. Soldiers of Area Support Group Qatar celebrate the 244th Army birthday, and soldiers of the 1106 Aviation Group participated in a U.S. Army Central Aviation Subject Matter Exchange with the Royal Jordanian Air Force.
The 401st Army Field Support Brigade conducted a change of command ceremony to welcome in the new commander, Colonel Charles Fisher, and to bid farewell to the outgoing commander, Colonel Jeffrey Nemi.
The mission of the 401st Army Field Support Brigade is to integrate and synchronize Army Material Command resources to 3 separate named operations: Operation Freedom Sentinel, Operation Inherent Resolve, and Operation Spartan Shield within the CENTCOM AOR.
To the new commander. Today, Command Sergeant Major Ferguson will pass the colors to Colonel Nemi for the last time, thereby relinquishing his responsibilities.
It was a great ceremony. The soldiers looked great. They welcomed me in such a way that, one, the professionalism, right, and the transition and the turnover that we had was first class. And then also they welcomed me almost as if I was family, because with the different things like catering and lining everything up, and even the receiving lines, the way that they put it all together, I didn't have to think about it. So the way they welcomed me was like you would welcome family. I'm extremely proud. Right, and I've been welcomed very well to come into this organization. I'm looking forward to getting on the job, right, and at the same time making sure that every soldier needs and gets what they need out on the battlefield.
Soldiers at Camp Arifjan participated in a Rainbow 5K color run hosted by U.S. Army Central during LGBTQ Pride Month to display the importance of equal opportunity within communities. Today is the LGBTQ plus Pride Run to celebrate Pride Month this June 2019. The more these things are spoken about and brought to light, the more of a conversation it can build bridge between people. I feel in my military career, the more you educate people, the more you kind of make it something that's not a big deal. It allows you to build that teamwork, build that camaraderie with your fellow soldiers, and kind of have them see what you go through and what you kind of are passionate about. And I feel that's been great for me this month, especially being able to be here, see allies, and also be able to speak to other soldiers that feel passionately about this. I feel for U.S. Army Central, this event just shows their values and kind of helps showcase to not only soldiers but to civilians that they care, especially during these difficult times, that we're all one and we all stand together. And it's very important to show that with events like this and the message we send. This event allowed soldiers the opportunity to show their support of the Army Equal Opportunity Program within the military as a whole.
The U.S. Army Central Safety Office hosted a safety fair open to all service members at Camp Arifjan. The event provided safety tips on various activities while in theater.
June is National Safety Awareness Month. Safety is the commander's priority in most instances. And so we come into theater. A lot of the units are National Guard, Reserve. A lot of the things that we're doing here, we're not used to doing back in the States. For instance, driving on the Kuwaiti roads. It's a lot different. You have to be in a defensive mind frame. So we want to make soldiers aware of some of the safety concerns that they may not have stateside that they need to know here while in theater.
The U.S. Army Central Safety Office hosts these events to promote safety of service members and civilians while in theater.
You know, I went to that fair and it was great. It had so much information, so many booths set up about so many different topics.
You know, I was also there, and one thing that really stood out to me was the importance of staying hydrated in this blistering desert heat. Sergeant Schick, did you know that according to health.mil, there were over 3,000 cases of heat injuries in 2018 alone across the military?
That is insane. That is a lot. And, you know, part of the key to staying healthy in this heat is to be hydrated. You know, with the heat getting worse and worse, it's important to know what the heat categories are. So now we'd like to go to our special guest, Army Staff Sergeant David Klemenko, with the weather.
Hello, Camp Arifjan. That thing, when you walk out the door, that smacks you right in the face, yeah, that's the heat. It's hot. It's really hot, and it's really windy. I tell people back home, all you have to do is take a hairdryer, put it on high, and smash it right in front of your face. That's what it feels like. And let me tell you something, it's going to feel like that for a while. We're going to get through July, we're going to go into August, and it's still going to be hot. And I'm going to come back to you when it's not hot. But before I let you go, a couple of safety precautions. First, you definitely, wrong segment. You definitely want to wear some sunscreen. Whoa, this is SPF 30. No, SPF 30 is not going to make it happen. This is a little bit better, SPF 50. If you can get SPF 150, that works too. And the second thing you want to make sure you do is drink water. Drink plenty of water. That's it for me. Back to you at the studio.
Thank you, Sergeant Klemenko. It is extremely important to make sure that you are drinking plenty of water and eating the right foods to prevent such heat injuries. Specialist Koller, have you been staying hydrated?
I have, Sergeant. Now let's check in with Staff Sergeant Justin Harden for your RCENT Minute.
I'm Army Staff Sergeant Justin Harden, and this is your U.S. RCENT Minute. Soldiers of the 1106th Aviation Group participated in a U.S. Army Central Aviation Subject Matter Expert Exchange with the Royal Jordanian Air Force at King Abdullah II Air Base in Amman, Jordan.
We are repairing a beam crack on a UH-60 Black Hawk to identify where the crack was and remove that where it says to remove it. And then we fabricated parts for them. They helped trim to fit all the parts. And now we're at the point where we're going to start shooting rivets and co-working. I'm really happy to be in this situation to help, everywhere, wherever I can.
With our partnership, U.S. Army, that will let aircraft to bring back to service. It is enjoyable work to our partnership here. It is easy to communicate with each other, and we learn some new stuff with them, and we do a great job.
Training with our allied partners strengthens the bonds of our partnerships while enhancing our capabilities within the region.
Soldiers of Area Support Group Qatar hosted a birthday celebration for the Army's 244th birthday at Camp Arifjan, Qatar.
Camp Arifjan came together June 15, 2019 to observe and celebrate the Army's 244th birthday. Happy birthday, Army!
Throughout our 244-year history, soldiers have served with distinction and honor in the cause of freedom. They have not only defended our way of life in foreign lands, but have stood guard at home and combated devastation from natural disasters, rushing to the aid of Americans in need of keeping us safe and secure at home. They are the guardians of our freedom, beacons of hope and liberty. And while they never asked to be called anything more than a soldier or a civilian, to us, they are all heroes. Today and always, we celebrate those Army heroes. This will defend. Happy birthday, U.S. Army. And now let's cut the cake. Happy birthday, Army!
let's take a look at what the major commands of U.S. Army Central are up to. That's it for this edition of the Desert Vision. For these stories and more, check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/US Army Central.
And our YouTube channel at youtube.com/US Army Central. I'm Army Specialist Ashton Koller.
And I'm Army Sergeant Jennifer Schick.
Always forward.